My goodness, what is my hair doing? I don't know. Hi, everybody. I'm waiting for you to come on board. It's Dr. Wendy Walsh in my kitchen. I'm taking your relationship questions, but I'm also cooking dinner at the same time because I have to cook dinner. So it's good to see you. Welcome to my Wednesday night live stream, where over here on this camera, I'm on StreamYard, which means hello to, let me make sure I'm going here. Where do we have it? Let me put my banner open there, because in a few minutes, I'm going to go over to Patreon and open the comments. So here on StreamYard, I should have YouTube. Say hello, everybody. Oh, this is boiling. Let me turn it down. I should have YouTube. I should have Facebook. I should have LinkedIn, Twitter. Where else are you guys watching from? All kinds of places. Say hello and tell me where you're watching from. We're in my kitchen today because I have to cook dinner. I'm hungry. So why not do it while I have my live stream? Hi, TikTok. How are you? Tell me where you're watching from. Camera over here is TikTok. I'm doing great. I'm going to make a little pasta carbonara. You should know, I'm America's relationship expert, but I'm also a mom. And I churned out 21 meals a week for 20 years. So if I can't whip up a quick little pasta carbonara, special little twist though, it's keto. It's done with almond flour. Hi from Thailand. Thank you, Jonathan, that you like my show. Where are you watching from? Tell me where you're watching from. I'd like to see. Hi, Minnesota. How are you? It's pasta carbonara with almond pasta. Why are my hairs doing something funny? Hi, New York. How are you? Love to see you here. Woodland Hills, neighbors. I'm here in Marine Del Rey. Colorado, lovely. I'm going skiing tomorrow. I'm going up to Mammoth, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to cook. It's so simple, you guys. You're asking me how to cook. I'll show you how to cook. This is big old empty frying pan, ready to begin. Pasta carbonara. Let's give it a little bit of heat. I don't know how much heat. I never really measure stuff. But let's start with a little olive oil. Hi, I am going to be taking your relationship questions. It's Dr. Wendy Walsh, America's relationship expert, but I'm also hungry. So I don't measure. That seemed like enough olive oil, didn't it? Seem like to you? Now, the thing about pasta carbonara is it seems like a cream sauce, but it's a high protein egg sauce. In this bowl, I don't know if you can see it, are 2 full eggs and 2 yolks. I'm going to whip them together because all we're going to do is toss this into the pasta at the end, and it gets a kind of creamy consistency because it mixes with the fat from the pancetta. And there we go, a little olive oil. Give it time to warm up. Pancetta. All pancetta is bacon cooked in little, or cut in tiny little squares. This is Trader Joe's. It's so easy. All right, so we're going to fire a little pancetta and some garlic. I chopped a couple cloves of garlic. There they are. I am going to get to your relationship questions. I really am. But how about our relationship with food? This is my big discovery. Nobody paid me to say this. This is almond flour pasta. You know, after being keto, high fat, low carb for so many years, getting to have pasta again is such a big deal. Grain-free spaghetti. Grain-free spaghetti. It's by something called Capello's or something. Okay, I've got water boiling over here. Then I'm going to put that pasta in. The pasta only takes 1 minute to cook. Let me get something to stir my pancetta and garlic. So all I have in the pan is olive oil, pancetta, garlic. Oh, I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. Okay, we'll let that get some more heat and fry up a little bit. While we're doing that, shoot me a relationship question. Hello, Linda from Pasadena. I hope to see you on my Patreon group. By the way, I do this, you guys, because at 6:30, I go over to my exclusive Zoom room on Patreon. The address is patreon.com, patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. You can join us there. And so that starts at 6:30. So I need to eat before that. So that's why I'm cooking during this. Hi, Hunt. How are you? Do you have a relationship question, you guys? I'll answer quickly. Hi, Jimmy in Virginia Beach. Oh, thank you. Must be a student. They're calling me professor. Hello, hello, hello. Somebody's got a relationship question for me. Are we just going to do a cooking class? Because we can do that too. I'm a mom. I churned out 21 meals a week for 20 years. I know how to do it. We're making some pasta carbonara keto style with almond flour pasta. So in my pan right now is a little bit of pancetta, which is just bacon cut into tiny little squares, garlic and olive oil. And come on, come up faster. Over here, we have 2 eggs plus 2 extra yolks. I'll just beat them together. So you think a carbonara has cream sauce? You know what makes it like creamy? Just tossing this eggs in the hot pasta and mixing in some Parmesan cheese. And you think you're having cream. Although cream's good. I'm a big high-fat person, so no problem. Okay, I want to get this pancetta a little bit crispy, and I want to get the fat out of it, because the fat is the best part that makes it creamy. And if you missed it, this is my favorite new discovery. Grain-free pasta. It's by a company called Capello's. You find it in the freezer section. It's frozen, and it takes literally 90 seconds to cook. That's what's so cool about it. Okay. If you're new to my live on TikTok, I normally don't cook. I just answer relationship questions. I have a PhD in clinical psychology. My specialty is the science of love. So look at this. It looks like real pasta, and it tastes like real pasta. It's frozen. But I'm going to put it in the boiling water for like literally 90 seconds. And then I'm going to toss this carbonara over it. Let's bring that up to boil. Okay, so you can see it spitting. My carbonara mixed with olive oil and garlic is getting a little bit crispy, and it's going to taste so good on the pasta. Okay, what do we want next? Not going to put the eggs in yet. Okay. A relationship question. What would you think I have slept with? Why do you think I have not slept with my soon-to-be ex-husband? Because he's your soon-to-be ex-husband. Why would you have sex with that guy? My girlfriend and I have been dating for 3 months. It's going really well. We connect amazing, but she wants to wait for marriage, and it's hard for me. Help. Okay, you need to have big, long, frank discussions about sexuality. You know, humans have the widest range of sexual behavior of any primate species. If people do, because of religiosity or other reasons, want to wait, I would say you should go to some couples counseling just to make sure that everything's on track and she's not avoiding. Maybe it really is about religiosity, and ask her how she feels about other levels of arousal. You see, the thing is, everybody has a different definition of sex. Some people's definition is just touching with clothes on and feeling aroused. That is a form of sex, by the way. Other people needs penetration, but where? There are things called technical virgins. Look it up. So you want to have frank conversations about really what waiting means and how far she wants to go. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your kind compliments. That's so sweet. Okay, now my pancetta's going to burn if I'm not careful here. So I'm making pasta carbonara, keto style. I'm going to turn that off now. Make sure my hot water is a nice brisk boil. And it is. This is my frozen almond flour pasta. In it goes for literally 90 seconds. Oh, guess where my clocks are? Can someone set a timer, please? When is 90 seconds? Because my computer, I can't see that clock, and my phone is normally my timer, and there it is on TikTok. Somebody tell me when 90 seconds is up, okay? Really important. Okay, you want a salad dressing recipe. Here's all I ever do. It's so simple because I lived in Italy where you got your oil or you got your vinegar. I just do balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and salt and pepper. High quality olive oil, though. Did you know when you order olive oil in a restaurant, unless it's a high-end, expensive restaurant, it's only about 25% olive oil? Did you know when I was a single mom, I'm still a single mom, but my kids are growner now, but when the kids were little and they were in school, I actually went to culinary school for a couple years, not to ever work in a restaurant, but just to entertain friends and have fun. I hope you guys are watching clock. I really hope you're watching the clock. Now I've turned off this, which is now crispy pancetta, and the oil that comes off it. Pancetta is bacon cut in tiny little things, and garlic. That's all we got there. Watch the magic that's going to happen once this pasta is done. Somebody's going to tell me when it's 90 seconds, right? Let me gently tear it apart. Okay. Is it 90 seconds? Is it a minute? You're watching the clock, Sal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 10 and a half more minutes? No, it's supposed to be 90 seconds. I think I'm going to take it out now. A good olive oil, go on like at your farmer's market. They all have local artisan, really high quality olive oils. My girlfriend doesn't wear makeup, but asked me if she should. I think it would make her look even more beautiful. All right, and you're being set up, aren't you? You're being so set up with that question. She's like, I don't wear makeup, but do you think I should wear makeup? There is no right answer to that. Everybody pipe in. What should Ryan say to his girlfriend? She says, I don't wear makeup, but do you think I should wear makeup? Okay, I think the answer should be, you do whatever makes you feel beautiful, because I think you're beautiful no matter what. Because she might try the makeup then. But what do you think? Anybody else have an answer for Ryan? What do you think? Okay, I got to get this out. I'm sure it's more than, you're not watching the clock. You lied to me, Sal. Okay, so all I do now is I take this beautiful pasta. I don't even need to really strain it, because a little bit of pasta water is great when we're making that carbonara sauce. I'm putting it in the pan where we have crispy pancetta, olive oil and garlic. There we go. Maybe a little more scoop here. And then we're going to stir it up. The heat is off, but it's still hot because all the food in here is hot, right? And this is when we take 2 eggs plus 1 yolk, and we're going to toss it through the noodles. And it's going to turn into a creamy, not cooked all the way, egg and bacon. Basically, you guys, this is bacon and eggs and toast. That's what, except it's almond. And then we're going to put in some Parmesan. Oh, and how about some salt and pepper? I brought these really cool salts back from Maui when I went there. Look, this is pink salt. This is black volcano salt. And this is our white salt. Let's go with the pink. I'm in a pink mood. There's our salt, pepper. Carbonars are great with lots of pepper. Woo! Is that empty? Uh-oh, there's a problem. Okay, we mix it all up. It looks like a cream sauce, folks, but it's not. It's eggs and Parmesan and olive oil and pancetta. And then I take out a pasta bowl. And here is my beautiful keto pasta carbonara. You can see better out here in the light, right? So that is almond flour pasta, little pancetta, olive oil. I need a fork now. Where's my fork? Hang on. And that's it. It's a 5-minute meal if I wasn't talking so much. Okay, so while I eat, tell me, how often do I work out? Sal, the questions. There have been times in my life where I was a serious athlete and worked out 5 days a week. I used to run triathlons when I was young. Now it's a good week if I can make it 2 to 3 times to the gym. It's terrible. Question. So you're more than a TikTok creator. What am I going to call you? Chef? From now on, I'm just a human. I'm a human. And I figure, like, why not just get to know me and everything I do in my life? But I'm ready to take some relationship questions before I go in my Patreon Zoom room. I do this because at 6:30, if you go over to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh, you'll be in my private exclusive Zoom room and I can meet you. Okay. How do you overcome resentment built over irresponsibility for spouse? They're not being very responsible is what you're saying? You guys need to talk about it? It's not about you overcoming. It's about 2 of you working together to make sure the needs of the relationship are met. And I'm not sure what you mean by irresponsibility. Ryan says, how do you prolong the honeymoon phase? You slow everything down, you guys. If you guys, and we've all done it, hooked up on a first date, it's over. It's like we used to use the metaphor of baseball, right? You go to the home run on the first night, and then what's to look forward to? There's so much research to show that just slowing everything down can help keep those neurohormones alive for longer. Secondly, adding novelty, different positions, different rooms, different clothes, going out to different places beforehand, all very important. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody wrote that they're having trouble letting go of an old flame. I want to tell you that old flame is actually a convenient object that's being presented to you right now to help explain or show you your attachment anxiety. And I don't know how long it's been, but we should always allow ourselves, sometimes up to a year to heal, depending how long the relationship was. But if it's been longer than that and you've been unable to get out there, then you got to ask yourself, who was the first abandonment? Where did the first injury in your life come from? No garlic bread. I don't do bread, Sal. No. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you. My hair's like, if you could have seen what I did, how quickly I did it last. I just took a big fat curling iron this morning. Thank you for your kindness. You're struggling with the after effects of a narcissist. Okay. This is about you getting your self-esteem back and your mojo back and erasing from your mind all the voices that repeat the negative, manipulative things that he or she said to you. I'm sorry, I didn't have my glasses on very well and I couldn't see what gender we're talking in. Anyway, I could be wrong with gender. So I want you to test drive the new you by having relationships or starting to test relationships with people that in the past you would have felt were too nice, right? And see what kindness feels like. Learn to tolerate kindness. I think that's really important. Glasses back on. Why do I parrot misogynistic and patriarchal narratives? That's an excellent question because I don't think I do. I'm an evolutionary psychologist, and so much of what you think about female sexual freedom is actually a lot of women adopting what they think is, but isn't actually true, a stereotype of male sexual behavior. The truth is, female sexual freedom is understanding and respecting our own intelligent biology. And in our ancient history, women had to be very careful in assessing partners because the truth is this: the choice of a bad partner for a woman could send her into poverty, could create a single mother, which can do it by choice. But if you don't want that to happen, that's not a good thing. At the worst, she could become a victim of domestic violence or God forbid, murder, right? So I want you to know that I am not about anything old-fashioned. I'm about ancient evolutionary psychology because our DNA is old and it is still operating in our systems. Now, gender roles are different. Gender roles have to do with patriarchy, and they are culturally invented. But gender roles are very different than human mating strategy. And human mating strategy is very different for somebody who has an XX chromosome or somebody who has an XY chromosome, fully respecting the spectra of genetic sexes out there, people who may have variations in sex chromosomes. But for the most part, if I sound heteronormative, it is not that I am saying that we must be in boxes, gender role boxes, sexual orientation boxes. I am simply saying we must respect our attachment style. We must respect our biology. Are there women out there who can comfortably hook up and dump guys and love it? Yes, but 4% of the population are considered high testosterone women. But vast majority of women have not adapted to the hookup culture. And despite what they're telling you on TikTok, they are crying in therapists' offices the next day saying, why didn't that hookup call them back? So I just want to be clear about the science. There's nothing about misogyny. In fact, I preach all the time that women's biggest flaw is that in their evolved sexual psychology, they tend to go for what you would call an alpha male. I might call him a high testosterone male. And we've learned through research that those guys actually don't make really good fathers. They don't make really good husbands. They tend to cheat more. I think a woman, if she's achieving a certain degree of education and income, might consider that her idea of a power man is a guy that can power a stroller. What about choosing a best friend? What about choosing somebody because they're a good complement to your power life, woman? See, I don't think you've been paying enough attention to me because I am a feminist and I love men. I love the wide range of men that are out there. And I have deep understanding for how angry some men are right now because of the choices women have been making. Okay, off my soapbox. Any more questions before I go over to Patreon? Patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Welsh. Recently widowed. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I get callers into my radio show all the time. I always say to my producer, only one crier per show, please. Because then they all start to call in and then it's, it takes a long time. It does. And at the end of the day, time will heal. I do think it's perfectly okay to practice relationships and go on those dating apps and just tell people, hey, I'm recently widowed. This is new. Can we just be friends? Especially if you've been married 30 years. We're talking about a population. You get so many women to choose from in your age group. Trust me. And we're talking about a population who is happy to do friends first often. What can a man do to have his girlfriend pursue him more? I don't think anybody of any gender should be in the business of trying to manipulate somebody else and trying to get them to behave in a certain way. If you don't feel you're getting enough love and attention back from your girlfriend, then you need to bring that up. You need to say, you know what? I would like this, or this would make the relationship happier. Or how could we solve this together so that it feels like my needs are more met? But tricky little manipulations, I could give you all kinds of psychological tricks, but they're not necessarily ethical. Oh, what a lovely compliment question. How am I so articulate? I have a radio show in Los Angeles. I'm a professor of psychology. I do 3-hour lectures. I do 3-hour radio shows. I have to be thinking on my feet. But I'll tell you the other trick. It's coffee. I'm addicted to caffeine. If I don't have my coffee, I can't talk. In fact, I was talking on the phone to my daughter earlier, and I was telling her I was going to make this carbonara. And I said, because I have to have 4 oaks. She's like, you have to have what? I said 4 oaks because it's 2 full eggs, but 4 oaks. She was cracking up. I was trying to find the word yolks and I couldn't find it. It happens. New to dating, recommended dating apps. All the dating apps are great. You know, my favorite saying is, cars don't kill people. Drunk drivers kill people. Dating apps are not bad, but not knowing how to use a dating app is when you run into problems. So I will say this, to avoid paradox of choice, where you're given way too much choice and you can't make a decision, only match with 2 people at once, get on the phone pretty quickly and eliminate one of them. And then don't make the first date this big pressured, oh my God, I'm going on a date. Do a 20, 30-minute coffee date. And then decide if you'd like to do a first date. Sal's gone saying goodbye. Is a prenuptial good? Of course a prenuptial is good. You know what? Even if you put stuff in it that's not enforceable, it's an opportunity to talk about your values and your relationship. Having a prenuptial just means, here's our contract for our relationship. Why not? I mean, I actually know a couple who every single year they quote unquote renew their contract. I mean, it's not legal, but they each hire a lawyer. They come to the table and they talk about everything from childcare to domestic responsibilities, to frequency of sex, to openness or closeness of their marriage, to finances. And they just rework the contract for another year. I think it's brilliant. Again, not enforceable in a court of law, but an opportunity for them to talk about their relationship. Am I single? No, I have a fabulous boyfriend. He's not here right now. He's in Dominican Republic with his dad. He's 86. He's helping take care of him. You have a speech problems. That's why I ask about our 2 tips for expressing oneself in a feminine way. I don't know, feminine, masculine matters, but human way. How about always leading with telling people, whether it's social anxiety or speech impediment? If you start by saying, hey, I've got this thing and I'm a little nervous about it, I hope you can understand, then people are more than understanding. It's the hiding that stuff that's weird. Did I sign a prenup? I wasn't married. I mean, I did a big white Catholic wedding when I was 21 for my mother. That was a college wedding. Nobody had any money then, so we didn't do a prenuptial. Do I want a second, Moroccan party? Did I have a first one? I don't think I did. Okay, I am going to head over to Patreon now. Oh my gosh, I have to eat my pasta and it's starting in 9 minutes. If you would like to join me in my private community over on Patreon. I am there. So come on over. The website is Patreon, Patreon/Dr. Wendy Walsh. I would love to see you over there. I love to see your beautiful faces. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go eat my pasta now. Love you. Love you. Bye. All right. How do I turn it off now?